class. This class is aimed at toning and shaping all your muscles from head to toe. There's no cardiovascular element to this, so it's about taking our time and making sure we're engaging the right muscles as we go through. I'm going to try and give you alternatives, so as in harder options, easier options as we go through. But remember, this is your workout, so feel free to modify and adapt things as you see fit. To complete this workout, you're going to need a set of handheld dumbbells or something that you can use to improvise with. So I'd suggest food tins or filling up water bottles. The further you fill up those water bottles, the heavier it's going to be, so it's going to make it slightly more advanced for you as well. You're also wanting to look for a mat for you to be doing the floor work on. You're welcome to use a comfortable carpet if you've got one, or a towel or something, just to make sure it's a little bit more comfortable when we get to the floor work. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so when you're ready, just nice and easy into a gentle march. Lifting and lowering the feet, shoulders back. So I want you to think about your posture. Think about standing nice and tall. You want to make sure that your core is engaged, so pulling your stomach through towards your back. When you're ready, we're going to go for side steps. So trying to keep the toes and hips facing forward. So we're just going to gradually build up the warm-up for a few minutes. Trying to move in different directions, aiming at warming up all the major muscle groups. Keep that chest up nice and high. Keep the arms swinging. So you want a bend in the elbows, moving back and forth. From here, take it into a hamstring curl. So bend the knee, lift the heel up behind. So remember, you're just taking it at your own pace, but remember this is a nice gradual warm-up. Good, now we're back to that side steps again. Toes and hips facing forward. Good, and now it's step and lift the knee. So I want you to try and tighten your stomach as your knee comes up. Keep the shoulders back and down. Think about tightening the stomach. Good, let's do two more, then we're back into those side steps again. So now we've done a few of these, we can start to take our steps a little bit wider. I'm still looking for the toes and hips to face forward. Just nice wide steps. Good, two more. Then we're into a march with nice high knees, swinging the arms, or up into a jog. Still getting the arms to move. Make sure the elbows are going back and forth through your body, and you're standing nice and tall. From here, we're going to go into half jack. So you step out, same arm and same leg, out to the side. Pointing the toes, warming up the calves. Shoulders back, keep yourself nice and tall. Good, two more, and then we're going to turn to the side. So turn the shoulders and reach. Leg goes straight back. So you're leaning your upper body slightly forward, engaging your stomach as you go. Two more, then we're into the middle, stepping back with the legs and pushing and pulling with the arms. So I'm still bending the elbows, warming up the upper back. As I step back, I'm tapping the toes, then coming back in. Two more, then stand tall, tap the heel, cross the arms in front. So we're warming up the chest, cross the shoulders, soft bend in the supporting leg, toes to the roof. Good, two more. Then we're back to those half jacks. So same arm and same leg, Standing nice and tall. Good. Pick your pace up a little bit if you can now that we're a little bit further through that warm up. Make sure that the heart rate's up a little bit. You should be starting to feel warm. Good. Turn the shoulders, reach to the side. Good, 2 more. Good, into the middle, step the legs back, push and pull with the arms. Lean the body forward. Good, stand nice and tall, tap the heel, cross the arms in front. Bend that supported leg a little bit further down this time. Then we're back into the march or the jog. So remember, if you're marching, it's nice high knees, swinging the arms with purpose. You're still moving the arms if you're jogging. So that's us come to the end of our warm-up. If you feel like you need to extend that warm-up, as in you're not quite feeling ready to get started, then please repeat the warm-up again and only start the workout when you feel ready. Okay, if you're ready to go, let's go. Grab a little drink and your weight. Okay. First thing, we're going to start with squats. So I want you to stand with your feet shoulder width apart or wider. Toes pointing forward, or you can turn them slightly out just to help with your balance. Stand nice and tall, shoulders back and down. I'm looking for you to hold the weights right in front of your stomach and as close to your body as you can. Shoulders are back and the elbows are pointing backwards to avoid you straining your neck. Pull that tummy in, and when you're ready, bend your knees, push your hips back, push your heels up. No, not heels up. Push the heels through the floor as you come up. As you do this, you're squeezing through your bum to come nice and tall. Keep the chest up high. Things to remember with a squat is that your hips and your tailbone should go back. Your knees should be behind your toes as you go down. If you feel your heels lifting as you go down, that's a sign you're going a little bit too far. You want to keep that feet grounded into the floor. Keep going. Squeeze that bum as you come up. Focus on your stomach. You should feel it working as your hips go back, but also as you stand tall. Let's do one more. Perfect. Now bring the feet in, hip distance apart, soft bend in the knees. Weights are over the top of the shoulders, elbows pointing down. Now, easier option for this one is that you're going to do one side at a time, alternating as you go. If you feel able to, you're going to try and do both arms at the same time. Palms facing forward. Now, off you go when you're ready. Important to think about that posture. You want your elbows in line with the shoulders. So try not to have your posture hunched around here. Try and open it up as far as you can. Tighten up your stomach. Belly button through to the spine. Arms are coming in and towards your ears, but you're trying not to let the weights touch. Keep going. 2 more. Legs nice and relaxed. Good. Bring the weights down in front this time. Now we're widening the feet out as far as you can. Toes again, pointing forward. Shoulders back, abs in. Palms facing towards your legs. Make sure your corset's working as you bend the knees, push the hips back, then come up. So now we've went from a squat into a deadlift. Now a deadlift is very similar to a squat in many ways. As you do this, It's really important that you're working your legs and your stomach. You don't want to be feeling any pressure in your lower back. If you are, there's a good chance you're bending over from your back as opposed to bending your knees. Same as the squat, you want that tailbone right back. We're aiming the weights to the floor. Knees are behind your toes. Shoulders back, thinking about the posture. Good, last one. Perfect, bring the feet in, shoulders back, abs tight, legs nice and relaxed. Palms are still facing towards the legs. We're going for an upright row. So, the weights are following the midline of your body. Your elbows are going up nice and high. You're thinking about your stomach working. Taking nice deep breaths. Elbows nice and high. Keep going. Good, let's do 2 more. Perfect, well done. From here, you're going to take your feet in a little bit narrower. So we're back to hip distance apart. Shoulders are back and down. Now the weights are by the side of your body, so it's important that you're holding on to the weights, not letting the weights pull you down. You want to think about using the strength across your shoulders, top of your back and your chest to hold that weights up. Chest stays nice and high and we're squatting again. So I want you to bend the knees, push the hips back and go down. Now, same as before. Keep the heels down into the floor. Make sure that your stomach's working. Want you to be squeezing through your bum each and every time you come up. By strengthening your bum and your stomach, you're going to take a lot more pressure off your back every day. Hold on to that weight. Try not to let your shoulders arch and hunch around. Think about your posture. Good, keep going. Last one. Perfect, standing tall. Weights are in the same position. This time we're going for a lat raise. So same as the shoulder press. You can do one arm at a time, or if you feel able to, go for both. Whatever you decide, I want you to try and think about keeping your body position nice and tall. The legs should be relaxed, and because we're taking our time, you're able to concentrate on pulling their stomach in. You're only lifting up to shoulder height and then back down. Try and keep that neck nice and relaxed. Think about using the strength across the shoulder blades to control and to lift. Remember, you can be doubling up if you want to, or you can stay with me with a single arm. It's up to you. Let's do one more on each side, or 2 if you're doubling up. Perfect. Grab yourself a little drink. Okay, right guys, we're going to do that sequence again. So you know what's coming. So this time you can maybe push yourself a little bit further, get down a little bit further, but be mindful, it's form over speed. So think about that position over anything else. So we started with our squats with our toes turned out slightly, weights in front of the stomach, shoulders back, elbows pointing back. Stomach's nice and pulled in, chest up high. When you're ready, bend your knees, push your hips back, then come up. Push through the soles of your feet to come up. Squeeze your bum as tightly as you can when you get to the top. Now remember, when you're squeezing up as opposed to pushing your pelvis forward. Make sure you've got a soft bend in your knees all the time. Keep going. Shoulders back, abs in. Let's go for 2 more. Good, now bring the feet into hip distance apart. We're going for that shoulder press. So standing tall, shoulders back, abs in. Weights are over the top of the shoulders, elbows in line with the body. Abs in. If you can do for both arms at the same time, go for it. Otherwise, you're going for 1 arm at a time. Now remember, we're bringing that arms nice and close to your ear. The weight's going up towards the ceiling. If you're doing both together, try not to let those weights touch. It's very important that there's no arch in your back, so be very mindful that your stomach should be working, whether you're doing single arm or double. Keep going. Let's do 1 more on each side, or 2 if you're doubling up. Good. Now take your feet out as wide as you possibly can. Shoulders back, weights in front, palms facing towards your body. Abs pulled in, bend the knees, push the hips back, reach the weights for the floor. So, just like our squat, our heels are down. We're squeezing your bum, your stomach's working right round the waistline. So imagine you've got that belt pulled in right the way round. Keep the chest up high, always higher than your hips. Keep going. Let's do 2 more. Good, bring the feet in underneath the hips, knees soft, stand tall, shoulders back. Weights are in close by your body, but you're not letting them touch. The elbows come up and down. So we're into that upright row. Working across the top of your back, backs of the arms. It's really important that you're not lifting that shoulders up towards your ears. If you're doing that, you're going to start to strain your neck. The corset's still working to avoid your body from swaying, but also from stopping your back from arching as well. Elbows nice and high. Keep going. Keep the legs nice and relaxed. Two more. Good, well done. Right, take the feet in a little bit narrower. Shoulders back, weights at the side. So same as last time, you're holding on to that weight with purpose. So, abs pulled in, bend the knees, push the hips back, and go down. So you'll notice that my chest is still high. I'm still able to look forward. My heels are still down. Keep that stomach pulled through towards your back. Keep going. We've got 3 more. Good, on this one, stand tall. Shoulders back. We're back to that side lift. So up to the side and down. So I'm going to stay with the one side at a time. If you want to double up and do both arms at the same time, feel free. Remember, you want your arms in line with your body, not round the front. Palms facing towards your legs. Your shoulders are back, so you're working on your posture, opening up through your chest. Nice deep breaths. So remember, you can do both arms at the same time if you wish. You can also take a break as and when you need. This is our last exercise. We're going to take a little break after this one. 2 more. Perfect, well done. Grab yourself a little drink. Okay, hopefully you're feeling okay. Hopefully that body's nice and warm as you're going through. Hopefully you've got the tempo of the class now, but obviously feel free. If you need a bit more weight, go for that. If you want to do this exercises without the weights, then you can do that as well. So, next exercise is standing nice and tall. The weights are back in front of our stomach, and we're going to do a curtsy lunge. So, for this, you're going to take the foot on the outside, take it round behind, bend both the knees, then come up. Now this is a nice deep curtsy. You're trying to keep your shoulders pointing forward, but you're allowing your hips to turn so you can work your waist. Now your waist will only work if you've got your stomach pulled in. You'll notice that my elbows are pointing backwards. That's so that I use the strength in my back to hold the weight along with my arms as opposed to straining my neck. Go down nice and low. Make sure you're bending both your knees. Keep going. 2 more. Good, right, if you can, stand on that one foot. So that foot that never moved, stand on that side. If balance is not your forte, pop the foot down onto the floor. To challenge the balance, stay on the tiptoes. If you'd like your feet firmly on the ground, obviously you're welcome to do that as well. If you can keep that foot off the ground, make sure you've got a bend in your supporting legs, standing tall. The weights are turned round so your palms are facing towards your legs. From here, curl up and down. So, we're working on that balance and stability. We're working on the strength of your legs right up through to your bum. You're also working on the strength in the front of your arms. And because I'm keeping my shoulders back and down, I'm also working across the top of my back as well. Stomach's working to keep myself still. And the elbows are staying by the side. Keep going. Remember, you can put your foot down at any time if you need. That's it. 2 more. Good, right, from here you're going to hold the weights halfway. So I'm still standing on that one foot, shoulders are back, elbows are pointing backwards, wrists are slightly higher than the elbows so that you can feel the effort in the front of the arms and not in the forearms, because if your weights are down here, you're going to feel it straining, so lift it up nice and high. From here, this free leg, you're going to push the heel down towards the floor, lift it out and back in. So I'm now working everything again, right in the front of the arms, working on my posture. That stabilising leg is really working hard. Because I'm pushing my heel down to the floor, as I lift my leg out to the side, I'm working the side of my bum and down the side of your leg. Take your time. If you need to return your foot to the ground each time you come in, you can do that. You can work on increasing that stability each and every time you do this workout. Keep going. Two more. Perfect, well done. Now we're swapping over. So, weights are back by the side, shoulders back. We're now using the opposite leg and we're going to go into the curtsy. So take the weights up in front of your abs. Take that outside foot, bend both knees and come down. Chest stays high, turn the hips. Pull your stomach through towards your back. Remember, my elbows are pointing backwards to avoid me straining my neck. It's also going to help me work the fronts of my arms. Keep going. Bend both those knees. Get down nice and low. Let's do 2 more. Good, now we're up and we're standing on that one foot. So remember, you can put the toes down on the ground, You can keep both feet flat, but if you're able to keep that leg up, keep it up. Weights are by your sides, shoulders back and down. Bend the elbows to curl up, control it down. So just like last time, soft bend in the supporting leg. Stomach's working all the way around. Think about that posture, working through into the fronts of the arms. Keep going. Belly button through to the spine. 2 more. Good. Hold it halfway with the wrists higher than the elbows, shoulders back. Take that free leg, push the heel to the floor, lift it out to the side and in. So remember, elbows are going back behind you, working across the strength in the shoulder blades. You're pulling your stomach down and in, supporting your back. Toes are pointing forward, heels down to the ground. That supporting leg will be burning by now, right up towards your bum. Remember, you can put that foot down in between if you want to, but if you're able to keep them off the floor, keep it off the floor. Good, let's do 1 more. Good, well done. Right, we've got feet hip distance apart. So, option 1 is having weights, 1 on each side. Option 2, if depending on what you're using of course, is to try and double this up. Now we double the weight up because we're using that big blanket muscles across your abs. So only double up the weight if you feel confident that you're feeling it in the right places. So this is for working your sides across the front of your abs. So feet are hip distance, knees soft, stand tall, shoulders back, abs in. So if you've got both weights in one hand, I want your free hand up to the side. You're going to go down to the side and pull back up. Now I'm using the opposite side of my stomach to the weights to bring it back up. Keep going with that. If you've got both weights in each hand, it's exactly the same. We're still just working one side. You're still pulling from the opposite side of your stomach. The main thing to remember is that you're not pushing your hips over to the side. You're trying to keep your legs relaxed. Keep going. Last one. Good, and then let's swap over. So exactly the same again, down to the other side and up. So pull the stomach down and in. Think about lengthening through the top of your head every time you come back into the centre. If you're doubling up, make sure you've got a nice firm grip and that free hand is up to the side. By doing this, you're working your working your sides a little bit more. You're also working the upper body a bit harder as well. Keep going. Good, 2 more. Perfect, well done. Grab yourself a drink. Okay guys, right, we're going to go back to that curtsy lunges. So, doesn't matter which side you start with because we're going to do both. Bring that weight up in front of the abs. Shoulders back and down, standing nice and tall. Take that outside foot, round behind and drop down. And back up. Now if you're happy with this option, you stay with this. If you want to make it a little bit harder this time, you go down and as you come up, lift the knee up. So you're challenging the balance even more. You're also working the front of the thigh and into the stomach more because you're pulling your stomach in as you lift your knee. This makes it a lot harder for balance and for strength. So please take your time. Remember, this is something you can work up to as well, so you don't have to do this one today. Good, let's do one more. Then we're standing on that foot. Arms are by your side, shoulders back. Now from here, turn the weights round so your palms are facing forward. So the weights are going to be a little bit wider than your body. Elbows are still in line with your sides. Abs in, curl up and down. So we're still working the fronts of the arms. We've just changed our hand position to challenge it in a slightly different way. Soft bend in your supporting leg, focusing on pulling your stomach through towards your back to avoid your back from arching. Keep going. Think about your posture. Good, let's do two more. Good, again, if you can hold it halfway with the elbows round behind, go for it. This time, you're going to have your foot behind you, abs pulled in, and you're going to squeeze through your bum to bring your heel back. So you'll notice I've got a bend in my knee. I'm pushing my foot back, bringing it in. I'm consciously squeezing from my bum, keeping my leg that's up into the air nice and relaxed. The supporting leg is working hard. I'm trying really hard not to arch my back because I'm using my stomach to try and keep my position. Good, two more. Perfect, pop that foot down, weights down by your side. Let's go for the curtsy at the other side. So when you're ready, shoulders back, abs in, weights up. Take that outside foot, round and down, then back up. Round and down, back up. Now again, if you can lift the knee up, lift it up. You may find that one side is a little bit easier to balance on than the other. That's quite common. It just means you need to slow the movement down if you're wobbling that little bit more. Bend both the knees. Remember, your shoulders are pointing towards me. That hips are turning, so you're working your waist because you've got your corset pulled in. Keep going. Keep that elbows pointing back. Last one. Good. Keep that foot off the floor. Again, palms facing forward, the weights are out to the side. Stomach pulled in, curl up and down. So keep that shoulders back. Working right into the fronts of the arms. We're also working on that posture because you're keeping your chest open, shoulder blades back and down. Keep going. Two more. Good, hold it halfway, elbows pointing back. We've now got that free leg going back and in. So you're squeezing from your bum, keeping your body nice and tall. No arching in your back, pulling your stomach through. That supporting leg is bent. You've got nice, controlled movements. The elbows are higher than the wrists, making sure you feel it in the fronts of your arms. Keep going. Two more. Good, both feet down on the floor. Okay, we're back to that side bend. So remember, one weight on either side, down to one side and into the centre, or double the weight up, weight by your side, free hand up. Whatever option you choose, we're still working on the same muscle groups. We're still working on those obliques at the side, right across the front of the stomach. You're keeping your neck and your shoulders nice and relaxed, same as your legs. Two more. Good, and switch over. So if you're doing both weights in one hand, that's fine. Otherwise, stick with a single. Shoulders back, abs in, down and up. Relax those legs. Use the opposite side of your stomach to come in. Takes a little bit of mind control and trying to focus on where you're wanting to use. Keep going. Let's do two more. Perfect, well done. Okay, grab yourself a little drink. You also want to take your mat because we're going to go down onto the floor for our final section. We're almost there, I promise. Okay, you're going to come down onto the floor. For this section, we're going to be working your stomach and we're going to start off working through your chest as well. So right across the front of the chest and down your arms. So, for this, I'd like you to lie on your back, taking your weights with you, so that when you lie, your knees are bent, your feet are flat on the floor. You're going to take the weights in one in each hand, and you're going to point them up towards the ceiling. Now, when you point them up towards the ceiling, your palms are going to be faced away from you. The weights are going to be in line with your chest. So it's really important that when you look straight up, that you can see right up into your ceiling rather than the weights above your eye line. So make sure they're nice and low. You're going to tighten up your stomach and you're going to try and keep your back as flat as you can. So what that means is when you move, your back shouldn't push down into the floor and it certainly shouldn't arch. If it's doing either of those things, that means you need to tighten the stomach up a little bit more and move a little bit slower and smaller, just until you build up a bit of strength to be able to control your back position. So, when you're ready, you're going to bend the elbows to bring the weights down towards the floor. Then you're going to extend the arms back up again. So this is a chest press. Out to the side and controlling up. Now this is option one, keeping your stomach working. Now option two is we're going to add in a twist. So as you come up, the palms face towards each other. As you go back down, the palms are facing back down. Now what this allows is the chest to squeeze a little bit more, so you're getting a bigger contraction through the muscle, making it a bit harder. If that's your option, stay with this. To make this one harder, feel free to bring one leg up, or if you can, bring both legs up. Now you've got a bend in your knees, your legs are relaxed, it's your stomach that's holding your legs up. By now you should be feeling across your chest and down your arms. Keep going. We're going for two more. Good. Hold the weights up, lower one leg down and then the other. So for this next one, we're working stomach. So advanced option is using the weights and holding them up here. Easier option is you're going to place the weights down and just have those arms up instead. So it's up to you whether you use the weights or not. I'm going to show you it without the weights. Shoulders back, abs in. You're going to lift one leg up, then the other. You're going to extend both legs so you've still got a bend in your knees and your feet are hip distance apart. I'm pulling my stomach in to keep my back flat. I'm then going to lower one leg down, pull it back up, then the other. Now, how far down you go with your leg is entirely up to you, but you should be very aware that your stomach's working hard to stop your back from arching. If you've got that weight up in the air here, you should feel it across the top of your stomach a little bit more as you hold and control it through there. Needless to say, you're going to feel your arms and your chest working as well, because you're holding the weights up. Keep going. 2 more. Good. Bend the knees, lower one leg down, then the other, let your arms come down. Okay, from here we're going to go for a curl. So pop your weights down if they're not there already. Knees and feet hip distance, feet flat on the floor. So, options for hand position. You can put your hands across the front of your thighs, you can put them across your chest or behind your head. Whatever option you choose, it's really important that your stomach is working all the time and you're pulling from your stomach to bring yourself up. So, when you're ready, back nice and flat, legs relaxed. Big deep breath in, and as you breathe out, slide your ribs towards your hips, eyes peering through your knees. So you're pulling your stomach through towards your back. If your hands are beside your head, you're welcome to support your head. Just make sure that you're not pulling on your neck as you come up. You're making sure that you're looking between your knees down the level of your body and not up towards the ceiling. Just like before, if you want to make this harder, lift up one leg, or you're welcome to lift up both legs. If you're doing one leg, stick with one leg just now, because we're going to do a second round, and you can do the other leg the next time. Pull that stomach in. Let's do 2 more. Good, let the head and shoulders go down. If your legs are up, bring them down one at a time. Perfect. Okay, if you need a drink, take a drink. We're going to go for one more round. So, grab your weights again. Palms facing forward, shoulders back and down. Weights, remember, are in line with your chest and not your eye line. Stomach's working. So you know your options. Feet can be flat on the floor, one leg up, or both. When you're ready, bend the knee, no elbows, it goes back. Turn the weight so the palms face towards each other as you come up. So remember, this is the more advanced version for your chest. Easier option is keeping that palms facing forward, weights coming slightly together. You're trying to avoid letting the weights touch. Pull your belly button through to your spine. Think about that back being nice and flat. The fronts of your thighs should be relaxed, and if they're not, pull your knees in towards you a little bit more. Two more. Good, right, if you feel able to, we're going to go straight into the next one. So the weights are up or down. So if you don't want to use them, you don't have to. This one, we extend the legs up, pulling the feet towards you slightly. Stomach pulled in. You lower one leg down, pull it back up, then the other. So you're lowering one leg down, then the other, keeping the back as flat as you possibly can. Nice deep breaths. Weights are in line with your chest. Knees and feet are hip distance apart. Keep going. Let's do 4 more. Good, well done. Bend your knees. If you want to keep your legs up for your crunches, you can keep them there. Otherwise, put your feet flat down onto the floor. Pop your hands into position that you prefer. Tighten your stomach, cuddle yourself up and down. So very last exercise. Keep that elbows out to the side. Shoulders back and down. Slide your ribs to your hips, thinking about shortening your stomach. Eyes peering through your knees. Let's do 2 more. Good, well done. Let your head and shoulders go down. One leg down, then the other, and relax. Well done, you finished your workout. So if you would like a drink, take a drink. We're going to do our stretches down onto the floor just so that you can get a slightly deeper stretch. So, when you're ready, take one leg up, take both hands and support round the back of the hamstring. So we're aiming to get a good stretch up the back of the thigh. Try and make sure that knee is as straight as you can and try and get your upper body to relax. If you're feeling your upper body is tensing as you do this, next time you may want to put a pillow underneath your head. Pull your leg towards you slightly so you get a slightly deeper stretch. And then when you're ready, push your heel to the roof so you feel the stretch down into your calf. Please remember to breathe. Slide the opposite leg along the floor, trying to keep your lower back down. Good, bend both knees, place that foot over the opposite knee or thigh, hands round the back of the hamstring. Allow the upper body to relax as you pull your knee in towards your chest. Relax, unravel, pop the opposite leg up into the air now, straightening out through the back of the knee. Pull it towards you slightly to deepen that stretch. Heel to the ceiling. Slide the opposite leg along the floor. Good, bend both knees, place your foot over the opposite knee or thigh, hands round the back, pull your knee in towards your chest. Good, relax, unravel, roll over onto your front, supporting your head with your forearm. Take your free hands, take hold of your foot or your ankle, knees together, push your hips down into the floor. Relax, unravel, swap to the other side. Good, relax. Sit yourself back into child's pose. So that's knees and feet hip distance. Sit back on your heels. Allow your upper body to relax with your arms ahead or behind. Come up into a comfortable kneeling or seated position. Roll your shoulders back, hands on the base of your back, lift your chest up as you bring your elbows together, getting a stretch across your chest. Relax, unravel, roll forward, hands together, slight bend, push your hands away, drop your head down. And relax. And that's you. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck with your workouts.